So the real issue is, what's your life going to be like now? And mine wasn't very different, if I'm honest. Um, you've got to first of all accept that um, you've got this condition. Um, and that may mean some changes to your lifestyle. Um, I'd certainly recommend you trying to lose a bit of weight if you're overweight, and trying to keep fit. Um, I remember I did the Great North Run back in 2008. No, it wasn't. It wasn't 2008. It was 2010, 2009. I had to do it because it's something I'd always wanted to do. I'd seen it on the TV, and I thought before I'm 40, I want to do the Great North Run. So, doesn't mean that you can't achieve things. It just means that you can achieve them, but perhaps you have to achieve them in a different way. So, don't stop setting goals. Don't stop having dreams. Don't stop thinking that all of a sudden everything that you've ever hoped for is lost, because it's not. Once you've accepted that things have to change or may have to change, you've got to start putting some of those things into practice. And if that means that your work is very, very stressful, then you should speak to your employer. If you're in the UK, there's something called the Equality Act, 2010, written by the Labour government, but it's a piece of legislation that offers you protection if you are a disabled person. And from the point of diagnosis, not a lot of people know this, if you're diagnosed with MS, you're regarded as a disabled person from the point of diagnosis. And that's worthwhile bearing in mind, because that does give you additional protection that that means that your employer can't act in a way that discriminates against you because of your disability. And it's worthwhile bearing in mind that you may need to make some changes about work. You might just want to tell them to let them know that that's what's happened, but say that you want to continue as normal, but that there may be some times when they'll make demands of you, or they'll make requests of you, and you'll just step away from those, whether it's late night, staff dinners, whether it's early flights to go off to meetings, whether it's taking on additional work, working in very, very stressful areas. The first thing you have to try and do, particularly if you want to manage your mental health, is you've got to reduce your stress levels. The things that stress you out, you have to try and do everything you can to minimise the impact of the things that stress you out. So I did yoga, I do meditation, I do mindfulness, and trust me, I cannot believe how many people who work in mental health have a real bad view about mindfulness. I don't know what it is, but anyway, there's nothing wrong with listening to mindfulness, being able to meditate, being able to think, take your foot off the accelerator of life and just put yourself in a mindful position. And I do that, and I did that every day, 3 times a day, from about 2010 till 2016, because I needed it. I needed to be able to get my mind into a healthier place. But you'll see what I say there, from 2010 till 2016. That's a long time. when I first started doing it, I don't think I was as strict with myself in terms of the mindfulness regime, but there are lots of good resources that you can download, that you can play on your phone late at night through the headphones, help you drift off to sleep, first thing in the morning, over lunch. And they're useful, they're helpful. I'd recommend you do some of those things. That helped me with my mental health problems. My problems were certainly exacerbated by relationships that I was in, and I think for me that required some real digging. I had to get out of a very painful and destructive relationship because it wasn't going to help me. It wasn't working with me, and you know, I don't say to criticise the person I was with, although by virtue of what I say, it is a criticism. You may find yourself in a situation where you're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want to deal with you because they don't want to deal with the condition. You know, the wedding vows are that it's supposed to be in sickness and in health, but it's amazing how many people, and perhaps when faced with the view that you're going to be, or the reality that you're not going to be well, might want out, or you indeed might want out. You've got to talk. So it's important. As I said before, I think you've got to do the exercise, you've got to keep things in perspective. You might find that if you feel you're struggling with your mental health, talking to your doctor, first of all, is a good place to start. They may refer you to talking therapies, they may refer you to a psychologist, they may refer you to other forms of support that might be necessary, a counsellor or counselling services to help you come to terms with your condition. The mind will defeat any other issues around this condition. So when I say to you, you need to get your mind in order, it's important, because if your mind is in the right place and it's in a healthy place, whatever this disease throws at you, you will be able to cope with it. My mind was not in a healthy place, and that's the reason why when things happened to me, I wasn't able to rise above them. I wasn't able to properly consider how I was going to respond to the changes. So, 3 things. First of all, talk to your family, talk to your friends, explain to them that where you are and how you're feeling. Talk to your doctor. Desperately important. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't make any huge lifestyle changes. Don't do what I did, turning everything upside down because you feel that nothing's right. But you've also got to get to the point where you accept the condition, and you have to accept that those changes may not suit everybody that's in your life. And as hard as that is to accept, it might mean you have to cut some ties, whether it's with friends, families, or loved ones, and ending a relationship in the maelstrom, the storm of all of this MS condition is hard, and it's difficult to contemplate. It's difficult to execute. But still, if that's what happens, that's what happens. So that's that on mental health. All I can say to you is if you found that useful, please um, tick the button, subscribe to um, my service. I need more followers. I'm on Twitter. You can find me at The Job Magician. Search for me online at Terry Gale. I'm on Facebook if you want to join. Send me a message. You are more than welcome to do that. Respond to me on Twitter if you like, or drop me some feedback here. Pass on, if you think it's been useful, pass on my link to friends or as many people as you think might be interested. And whatever you do, stay safe. I'm going to be back, I think the next topic I'm going to be talking about is stiffness and spasticity. So, talking about how that's affected me, how it may affect you, and some of the things that you can do to combat that. So, listen, thanks very much for watching and listening, and I'll speak to you soon. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.